Mr. May, thank you very much. We appreciate you and the American airline industry. Is it your assessment that basically 9/11 has been the main factor in the airlines' decline, or how do you see that? I mean, the airlines are in trouble now in America, and one of the things that bothers me is that part of the early rationale for Al Qaeda attacking the country was to go to the heart of our economy and use airlines to do it.
Senator, I think this industry is still suffering mightily as a result of the 9/11 tragedy and attack. There is no question that the drop in traffic still continues. We saw some rather significant spikes that resulted as a result of the increased hostilities in the Far East and the Iraq War. We have seen certainly drop in traffic as a result of the SARS crisis in the Pacific, but I think we have a systemic drop across the board below pre-9/11 numbers that we attribute directly to a continued reluctance to fly, even though we have probably the best security system today that we have ever had, and a safety record that for 3 years running has been virtually perfect.
Ken Mead, the IG of the Department of Transportation, has talked about what a sieve the pre-9/11 security system was. Published reports indicate that at least 9 of the 19 hijackers were selected for special security scrutiny prior to boarding the hijacked flights. 9 of the 19. 6 by the computer-assisted pre-screening program, CAPS, 2 because of ID document irregularities, and 1 because he was traveling with one of the latter 2. Are these reports accurate? Were 9 identified somehow for special security scrutiny? Do you happen to know?
Sir, I do not know the answer. I'm not familiar with the specifics of the 9. I can tell you this, that there clearly have been a number of reports as to the effectiveness of the pre-9/11 security system. We're well aware of the red team activities and so forth. I would simply remind the Commission that the security system that was in place at the time, however good or efficient or inefficient it may have been, was designed to do 2 things: detect weapons coming on board because they were challenged with trying to sort of passively prevent hijackings, or 2, to detect explosives in the belly of the aircraft, and those were the 2 primary missions. To the extent that the system overall was effective, I think in a period of time from 1990, when that system was put in place, until the events of 9/11, there were something on the order of 9 billion passengers and 50 million flights that were checked without incident. And so I think, we can all look back and find a lot of reason to think that it wasn't as effective as we would like it to be, and I think be accurate in that. But I think overall it did do what it was intended to do. Unfortunately, the threat of 9/11 and the changes have shown us that the system wasn't effective in taking care of what happened then.